Hey, and welcome to 996 The Howl for the uninitiated. This is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes, and we're almost there. This may be the last whiteboard video of the off-season before I go to my normal scene. But before we get to NHL hockey, yes, we're all excited for the on-ice Arizona Coyotes. But what about the off-ice Arizona Coyote prospects? The World Juniors just concluded last night. Congratulations to the USA beating Canada. Tough one to swallow, but it's World Juniors, which was a bit of a different World Juniors for me. I used to love watching the Canada team. Usually they have a Coyotes prospect. Used to be Max Domi, and then Duclair, Dylan Strome, Brendan Perlini, Barrett Hayden last year, but this year no Coyote Canadians made the team, but we had some other prospects on other teams, and a breakout, a Coyotes prospect no one really heard much about, but had a breakout performance in the World Juniors. So let's just jump right into it. Our biggest prospect in the World Juniors was Victor Soderstrom, our first round pick in 2019 in the Sweden Elite League this past year. He only had 1 goal, 5 assists in 12 games played. The Sweden Elite League is actually very competitive. A lot of older players, and I think Soderstrom's about 19, 20 years old, probably 20 years old. So, tough competition for Soderstrom. But in the World Juniors, in 5 games played for Sweden, he had 5 assists, so point per game player. He wore the alternate captain crest to represent his country, and people thought he had a great showing. One of the better defensemen in the tournament, and the top 3 player for Sweden in the tournament. Moving on, we'll stick with World Juniors actually. Farinacci was the breakout player for the US team, and he won goals, so congratulations to Farinacci. I forget what his first name is. In the USHL, he had 4 goals, 4 assists in 6 games. So 8 points in 6 games, great showing there. And then that translated into the World Junior Tournament, where he had a third line role, and he got 5 goals, 2 assists in 7 games. So 7 points in 7 games. A great showing for Farinacci. Created a lot of buzz. I really didn't know this prospect too well, but ever since the tournament started, his name kept popping up here and there on Twitter. And I looked into him some more, and he played a vital role in the U.S. Gold, so congratulations to him. Keep an eye out for him. He is unsigned currently by the Coyotes, so I expect Bill Armstrong to sign him very shortly to reward him, keep his hype going, and just reward the kid for his performance. Below him is Akurati, who plays in the Finnish league with his brother, who is an elite prospect in this year's upcoming draft. But for him, don't expect high caliber player. He had no points in 4 games, played in the Finnish league, but he had 2 goals and 1 assist in 7 games played for Finland. He won bronze for the team, another reduced role player. But I was hearing his name so often whenever Finland played. People were praising his third line role playing play. So that's another prospect which I didn't hear too much about. And look out for him. I'm sure he's going to progress and continue his play. And I think he's eligible for next year's World Juniors as well. So maybe the Coyotes don't sign him just yet. Maybe give him some time before committing to him and signing him. But it was good to see him, pot in some goals on a Finnish team and win bronze. So hopefully, he understands how to play hockey and his role, and maybe that translates into the AHL and hopefully the NHL. Moving on from the World Junior prospects, we have Jans Jenik and Michelli. I'll start with Michelli because he was another unknown prospect who just blew up this past year. During COVID in North America, there wasn't much hockey, but in Europe, there's a lot of hockey played, and he played in the Finnish league. In 21 games, he had 19 points, so almost a point per game. The goals I was seeing this kid score were just snipe goals. He has a really great shot, great wrist shot, and he was doing so well, in fact, the Coyotes sent over Barrett Hayden to play on his line in the Finnish league. Unfortunately, Hayden only played about 5 or 6 games. managed only 4 assists. And Hayden is obviously going to be an NHLer this year. But great to see a blow up in a prospect in the Finnish league. He is in a Coyotes training camp this year. I think maybe the Coyotes are going to let him play one more season in the Finnish league before sending him to Coyotes camp. But the player who is at camp is Jens Jannik, who had a great OHL performance last year in 2019, so we're in 2021 now. In 2019, he blew up in the OHL, was scoring at an incredible pace. I believe he was 2 points per game, averaging over that OHL season. And then in the 2019 World Juniors, he got injured and was injured for most of 2020. And because the OHL didn't have a season in 2020, the Coyotes sent him to Finland to, play some good competition, some fast-paced hockey. He managed 8 points in 7 games after recovering from his injury, and he's now at the Coyotes training camp, and I expect Jannik to play for the Tucson Roadrunners this upcoming shortened season for the American Hockey League. So I want to see what Jannik's about. I really hope he translates his high offense OHL game into the American Hockey League, and hopefully pushes for an NHL job, maybe even this year. But more realistically, I hope he gets a spot next training camp next year. He wasn't eligible for the World Juniors, and neither was Michelli. I think they may have been over the age cutoff for the tournament. So that's it. These are the Coyotes prospects that are generating some buzz that you should be excited about. Obviously, Barrett Hayden is left off the board because he will be making an NHL appearance and permanent appearance this upcoming season. As of this video, Hayden is not actually at training camp. Tocchet and Armstrong are saying he's unavailable. So because this is a COVID world, they're using vague terms like unavailable. So hopefully it's not a serious injury or a serious illness. Hopefully he's just taking a couple days off. The season begins next week in 8 days. So hopefully we start to see Hayden training and getting some reps with the boys. But among Hayden, Goligoski was also deemed unavailable. So hopefully, these two players recover and rehabilitate and join the team quickly. Like I said, to get some reps in and just to start playing NHL hockey, because the season's going to start and there's going to be no room for breathing. It's a game every other day. So these players got to get acclimated fast and just know how their teammates play. I'm not worried about Goligoski. He's an NHL veteran, but Hayden, he's got to get up to that NHL speed, NHL competitive level, and I want him in the top 6. There's some talk that he might play third line center. So we'll see. Hopefully he pushes for a top 6 role, and it's pretty much all up to him. If Hayden performs and produces, he will get that top 6 job. It's not really up to Tocchet anymore. It's up to Hayden to show that he's an NHL caliber player. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll have an NHL season preview next week, but that's it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your support.